that enough?
That's fine. The first signs that I had were when I was about 5.5. I kind of like tidied my room a lot rather than sort of did regular stuff like go out and play. Little things like wiping my feet 5 times before I came in and out of the house to make sure my feet were clean, and which I still do now. Aligning my forks and plates, and I had to make sure that my room was tidy before I left. Going downstairs, and if something was messy that would annoy me as well. Not as much because obviously my room's my own personal space. Little things made me realise that I had it. I was diagnosed when I was 6. I handled it in a mixture of ways. So when I was a kid I didn't really handle it all too well because obviously people at school and stuff like that made me feel like I had a problem. Sometimes I felt like I was a bit of an outcast because of it. Then as I got older, a lot of my friends and stuff like that kind of got used to the idea of me being that way and respected it, which was quite nice in the end. My brother and my mum realised that it was obviously a problem, but just made me feel like a regular person, which was really refreshing. But nowadays a lot of people understand it more aware, so it's not as much of a problem. Advantages of having a problem like this are sort of obviously you're always clean, a lot of people like that, and everything's always tidy. But obviously then the disadvantage of that is people think that it's quite weird, so it's opinionated really. The routine would be hang up my clothes for the next morning, let's say for work, put my shoes out in a nice tidy pile, the ones that I need, the rest go back in their boxes, which I keep them clean. I get up, make sure that my bed is proper, so that my pillows and stuff are aligned properly, make sure my pyjamas are neatly folded and put them back on my bed for the evening. Then I turn my light switch on and off about 7 times to make sure it was off. That was my sort of my routine. Then I go to work or school and make sure that my pens and pencils and all my stationery and stuff like that were all in a sort of neat, tidy lines. Make sure that my keyboard at work now is in line with the monitor, my mouse is straight, just little things like that. Going out is always quite a struggle because I've got to make sure that everything's fine before I leave, make sure that I'm clean and tidy as well before I go out. But obviously they make a big difference, and to me, and a lot of people notice it. But I've kind of got used to the idea of having it now, so it's sort of part of my life.